What up?
Oh, we going?
We gone.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, you know what time it is. It's the az² equals podcast. Speaking of time, you mentioned, what did you say? It was 1:42?
Yeah.
Well, where I'm at, it is actually 2:42. I learned a couple days after getting here that I'm in a different time zone.
Oh shit.
And things made a lot more sense once I found that
Made
out.
that realization.
Yeah.
I honestly did not think that Colorado was a different time zone.
I did not know
Yeah,
that either.
from Washington. Yeah, no, I didn't know, and I figured if it was like, I don't know, I've never been in this part of the country specifically, so
I have been
Here I
several
am.
times and still did not realize that it was a different time zone. So
Yeah,
I feel
see.
even worse.
I've been
But
there,
it's-
and I didn't know. Like, I've been to Colorado specifically. It's one of the few places I have actually been to.
Yeah, you have educated
did you?
us today.
So I know how you feel about flying. So did you drive there?
No, we flew.
Oh,
I
see.
fly more than I care to. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
Yeah. The scariest time was us going to Hawaii, and that was just because I
Yeah,
know we were
you're-
going over the ocean.
You know there's nothing but ocean underneath.
Yeah.
There's not a emergency landing site for miles.
Some of that made me a little bit confident in it, though, and the fact that I'm a strong ass swimmer. And so, like,
I don't know,
water.
dude. How you
Tread
gonna
water for a
swim
hot
back?
minute.
yeah,
How you gonna swim back from crashing the ocean?
Oh,
you know?
no,
you
there's
gotta
no swimming back. You
gotta
tread
get
water
like a-
until help comes.
yeah, that's
Or you
pretty much
die.
it. Or get eaten by a shark, but at least I have a
Find
cool
some-
story.
I mean, you gotta make sure you grab that flotation device that's under the seat. You know?
Oh yeah, I'm stabbing whoever and taking it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hey, everyone has one under their seat. You know, no one has to get stabbed. There's
Yep.
one for everyone.
But who knows how
Dad,
many
who's
seats
got-
are left?
How many parachutes are there on board?
Yeah,
There's
that's
none.
Then somebody might have to get stabbed. Several people.
It's all good.
There's none. At least I can tell you for sure. There's none on commercial flights because the jets, the doors are designed to where they can't open during flight. Like at those
yeah,
at
that
those
makes
speeds and
sense.
at those altitudes, they physically can't be opened. So like the whole like grabbing the parachute and the captain's bail out. Like man, everyone's in there. Everyone's in there for the whole ride. You know. But
Yeah.
speaking of rides,
They'd have to prove it to me on the way down. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, exactly. I'm still gonna go
The
try.
whole
Dude.
way.
I'm still gonna go try to pull the lever. Because what am I gonna do? Die? Like that's probably gonna happen anyways.
Yeah,
you know?
either way, this plane's going down. So
Right.
I think I like my chances with my idea.
100%. I'm taking the chance either way, even if I have to bash out the window and get sucked
I
out.
think
that
I'd
way.
rather free dive from 10,000 feet than to hit the water in a plane.
You know, I don't know about. I honestly, I just think in my head of like when we did helicopter crashes, and I feel very confident in the fact
That
of
you can
like
get out of that thing.
getting
underwater.
out of it in the water and all disoriented and shit. Just
See,
flashbacks.
I feel like a helicopter might be one thing. Because like a helicopter, I feel
Well,
like
I'm
the
not saying they're the
fastest.
same.
Oh no, but I mean like I feel like in a jet, like what's the minimum speed you're hitting the water? Like 300 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
Hopefully
You
you're
know,
dead.
like
moving. You're moving.
Hopefully dead.
yeah.
Hopefully instantaneous death. Just gone.
Just about the same
Yeah.
as in the building.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
What is it they say that like after like 60 there's a number where they say it's the same as hitting concrete or whatever when you jump into water from a certain height.
Yeah.
Do you guys know the number? I wanted to
I
say
think
like
it's 60
90
miles an hour, but I'm
It's
gonna.
the 12-foot pool with the diving board at my middle school neighborhood. That shit felt like concrete belly flopping off of the diving board.
Oh,
How
dude.
fast?
Belly flopping, man. Yeah, I remember the days of just like recklessly belly flopping, back flopping,
Oh man.
all the good stuff, dude. Back before it like was fun to hurt yourself.
Right?
Back in the days when you're like an invincible teenager or whatever.
Yeah, you have no like injuries and your
Yeah.
body just heals itself.
The pools were always the most fun because it's like you can literally do anything. You're pretty much guaranteed you're not gonna get hurt. You just
Yeah.
hold your breath and you're
Yeah,
good.
hold your breath and you'll survive.
You try anything, yeah. I'll jump off the highest thing, like fuck it.
It says there is no speed in which water feels like concrete.
Oh, so it's a myth. It's like an
Yeah,
urban
but
legend.
it says head-on impact with water at 40 miles per hour will do much damage.
Much
Yeah,
damage.
It sounds like it would.
So I'm gonna say 40 miles an hour is when it starts to feel like you're just tossing across, like rolling across concrete.
I can tell you
So
numerous backflips as a teenager. It feels like concrete.
Yeah.
It feels pretty much like
I wonder
I fell
how
on concrete and I've fallen flat on water. The pain is similar.
I wonder how high of something do you have to jump off of to reach 40 miles an hour? Is that like a 150-foot fall, like, or
Empire State Building?
Empire State Building? No, you definitely hit terminal velocity. I don't know what that is for a human. I feel like it's probably like 110 miles an hour or something.
Isn't it whatever your body weight is, like X factored to?
Yeah, I'm sure it's relative to your weight because it's all about like your mass.
Like whatever the percentage of gravity is added to like your body mass.
Yeah, it's
like the speed.
Your mass and your gravity and your velocity. I don't know. Hey, not a math podcast, not a science podcast either.
About, taking a leap, done with life and stuff. I mean,
write it out and let us know.
Let us know how long it takes you to hit the ground.
When is terminal velocity? Yeah. Send me a text message as soon as you hit terminal velocity. I'm not telling anyone to go kill
themselves. No. But if you were going to already jump off a building,
If you're listening to this and you're on the edge of a building right now and you're in step, please send me a text message and let me know when you hit terminal velocity.
There you go.
I think I'm going faster.
It is over. So I see you in a hotel room or something right there. Where you looking at this? It's looking fancy back behind you right now.
Well, it might be looking fancy, but it's
leaves,
definitely not.
Or are they
actually
feathers?
Fancy. No, they're. I believe they're feathers. I'm on the Ute Mountain Indian Reservation.
Oh yeah, they're feathers.
So they're feathers.
I stayed at the Tulalip Indian Reservation last night myself.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. I stayed in the shed.
We had oars on the wall and not feathers.
Yeah, I'm living at the hotel while I'm working here, so.
Shit, I might need fucking give me a little job like that.
Dude, hotel living, I'll tell you what, it's not as glorious as it sounds.
Oh, I'm single. I don't have anybody to worry about. Or anything.
Oh, it's not even that. It's more like just like staying, like living in the same place that you're working, and then like, so you never really have a reason to leave. So it's like get off work, walk upstairs to the hotel room, hang out for the night, wait till it's time to go to work in the morning. Get off work, come back upstairs.
Oh, but that's kind of a
when you're working,
yeah.
So
when you're working
you
overtime and stuff.
In the hotel.
Well, it's like a hotel casino, and we're doing work at the little gas station here. Adding some cameras out there, so
beautiful stuff.
Yeah. It's a cool. So we flew down to Palm Springs from Seattle, and then grabbed our truck and drove up here from Palm Springs. It was like about a 15-hour drive with stopping for gas every few hours and stopping to get food and whatnot. So it was quite the drive, quite the journey through the Southwest.
I smoke way too much pot for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the problem with truck driving jobs is you can't legally smoke and drive, and I'm fucking fantastic at it. Or stop for 5 seconds and take a couple of bong rips or whatever, a joint puff or two, and I have to smoke if I'm not physically working.
Means a joint or two.
Yes, this is true. This is true. I've actually, because I've been low on weed for the last week or so, just because I've been super fucking busy. It's been I'm having to save half of it, little bits of joints. I'm smoking 4 or 5 pieces of it because it's the only weed I got. I'm put that out. I'm nice and a little stoned right now. Go and do some work. Come back. It's crazy. This last week has been a fucking clusterfuck.
So you're in the process of moving, or so what's going on?
Oh yeah, so it's a long, big story, but the basis of it, to sum it all up, is my grandparents are moving over to Idaho. They got themselves a nice little place over in an old folks area, and It's got like a 2-car garage and shit, so it's not like a trailer park or anything, which is pretty cool. Which was what my grandpa was most worried about, was ending up in. And so they're getting a little spot, and that's where me and my uncle stay as of right now. So my uncle just got a little apartment up in Marysville the other day. He just got one, but he doesn't move in until next month, I think. So that's cool. And then I was supposed to have an Audi.
Like the car?
Yeah. That's what I was like, I'm going to chill here at the shop, sleep on the couch every so often. And I got all this camping gear that I spent all this money on for this traveling across the U.S. I was going to just be pimping it out in the Audi, camping about, taking photos every fucking where, just grinding it out, doing a bunch of work, and just working full time. And got the tires for the Audi. Now the Audi don't really run. So my plans kind of changed, but supposedly one way or another there'll be some form of vehicle or transportation. We're looking at selling 2 of the cars and maybe getting one of them like Sprinter style vans for the van shit, and just live in a van, travel and film.
That Sprinter van, like, people live in those, like, that's legit. People.
Bro, I was
shit.
so early on all of that shit. Like, people, like, you almost wouldn't believe me if there wasn't evidence online of me speaking out about this shit 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, I was very big on trying to build a tiny house, or using a shipping container, or rigging out a van. It's not like any of those were my idea. I didn't invent them, but like way before it got as trendy as it is now. And now it kind of undoes the price factor of why you would do it, because it's cheaper. It used, like, had I went in on my ideas 10 years ago, I like, anything that I would have built would have been worth 4 times as much right now.
Oh yeah.
Any van that I would have built back then, any
I've been looking at the mods
home.
and shit, and the mods are, I mean, they're 10 fucking grand for a mod kit, and that's a basic kit. That's just basic.
That's
like
like to mod into the van.
No, just from like a
like
Van Mod X or something like that.
like
.com.
Mods,
Yeah. And it's like 10 grand, we can kit your shit out. The whole kit and caboodle, which is like extra batteries and shit like that.
In terms of price overall,
it's
not
probably
bad.
cheap.
It's pretty cheap, but still, now you gotta you gotta come up with, it's another 10 grand, which defeats the purpose of, if you had the 3500 back in the day, you could just do it.
Exactly. You could just make it yourself and have it going.
But now the wood alone is gonna cost you $4 grand. So
man. It's called inflation.
Kind of shit that happens when you.
How's the gas out there?
All of the money.
What's the cost of gas out there?
It's like $3.50. I don't know. I haven't had to get gas yet, honestly. Last place I got gas was in New Mexico on the way up. But, funny.
A Tesla?
No, drive a Ford F-150, baby.
Hey, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Plug for them, man.
Yeah,
it's
I need
nice.
to know how the fuck I get mine to do that.
Well, see, the thing is,
I'm whisper secrets to it or something.
Here's the thing. I'm right on the border. So just this morning, me and my coworker here that's staying out here with me, we went out to this place, Four Corners, and it's Utah, Arizona, Colorado, and New Mexico, the 4 corners of the states.
I always wanted to like straddle
it's funny because like we rolled up there and that's exactly what people were doing there, like on all fours, legs spread out, arms spread out, taking pictures. There's literally a line of people to go in the middle and get their picture taken in all 4 states.
That's sick.
It's pretty funny.
I think I've seen that on like Discovery Channel or a Travel Channel or something like that. And I always wanted to go in.
Well, it's cool because you can walk around there. There's trails like in all the different directions, and we walked up on top of like one of the big mesas, and like you could see down to the San Juan River, and it's pretty cool, man. And like looking out and just seeing like, oh shit, there's Utah, oh shit, there's Arizona, like You know, looking at all of them at once.
It'd
It's
be
kind of
really
cool.
Like have just like a dub in your pocket or something, a little, some little pot, and just traffic across 4 states super quick.
Yeah,
like, see if you
just
can get the fastest time for trafficking across 4 states.
Just fucking running as fast as shit.
Trafficking across 4 states, just spin
Call
around real
Usain
quick.
Bolt and be like, hey, I need you to run me across these 4 states as fast as you possibly can. I need you to break records again today, bud. I need records broken, but you're going to have a 250-pound man on your back with drugs.
Yeah.
See what he says.
Dude.
Go down in history.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
I mean, he's already a legend, but I can make you a super legend.
So did you go in to get your picture taken in all 4 states?
I did not. That's a little touristy for my doing. But we walked around. Because we were there. It was pretty kind of a little early, so there weren't many people there. But everyone who was there was in line. So we're just like, man, let's just walk around, check out the sites and stuff. There's little booths kind of around the place that locals, the natives sell their their wares and trinkets and stuff, and like souvenirs and stuff that are like all handmade, authentic stuff. So it was pretty cool. We got a couple little things, and it was a cool spot. But that was it was like a half-hour drive from my hotel. So when I say last time I filled up was in New Mexico, that was only like 25 minutes before we hit where we were going. But I'd never been out here, and it's like, dude, it's like 19, 18 degrees at night, and in the morning when we're like going outside to work. Oh my God, it's brutal.
That sounds terrible. That sounds like hell.
The crazy thing is, though, is by like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, like lunchtime, it's like 45 degrees outside.
Hold up. Can I take you back for a second? Did you
Yeah.
just say it's 18 fucking degrees outside in the morning?
Oh,
at
yeah.
night?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
Because
that.
we're in this
I thought
valley
you said you
where
were next to New Mexico.
I am, dude, but it gets cold up here. It's the high desert. So it's like it's desert. Like everywhere you look, it's kind of like it's not dunes. It's more rocky than that. But it's like I mean, if you just Google image Colorado desert, like
I've been to the Colorado desert. It's
yeah,
hot as
exactly,
fuck.
exactly. But apparently up here, because we're at 5,500 feet.
Yeah, I was in Colorado
or like
Springs.
60.
I don't feel like I was anywhere near New Mexico. So,
Hey, your camera just went black.
oh, we just went. Oh, yeah, that's because you're seeing us from the other camera.
Yeah.
They still see us on OBS, but
Oh,
I will
gotcha.
fix that for you, my friend. I've looked up. I'll keep looking up stuff to try to find out how to get the M50 to stay alive, and I have yet to find it. And I don't see other people really complaining about it much. That's the weirdest fucking part.
It's like a just us problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking weird. But we have that kind of shit happen to us all the time. Shit that is like, oh, well, that couldn't be possible. It's like, are you calling me a fucking liar?
Like, I know it's possible.
Like, I just lived it.
Happening to me.
Yeah, it's going on as we speak. I
Yeah.
don't just say things to hear myself fucking speak. I have podcasts to do that. And I don't even listen back to them because I hate hearing myself speak. It's terrible. I have to listen back to them because I produce it, but I try to listen to myself very little. If I sound like shit, it is what it is. If they sound good, that's fine. Then we're all good. But if I sound like shit, I'm A-okay with it. Just so y'all
Well,
know. All right, I'm going to fix it.
hopefully-
So we're not just black screen.
Yeah, I'm
surprised
staring
that
into
you're
the
not
black
liking
void
it
right
out
now.
there. I like traveling so much that
I like
nothing
it. I
you
mean,
said sounds bad to me. It all sounds like a great time.
no, it's cool. It's extremely cold, and
Yeah.
it's like bitter, like because it's super windy. We're in this valley, so in the mornings, like, I mean, you can. It's like clockwork as the sun is coming up and it comes over this big mesa and shines down into where we're at. Then all of a sudden, like all the wind, like the hot air, you feel the weather system in motion every day as the sun comes up and heats the air and pushes it all out, and then it's not windy anymore. It's all warmer, and it's like, damn, it just went up like 30 degrees. It's pretty wild.
That
Like
shift, that such a dramatic shift, will probably make me
it's
sick
crazy.
every day.
It's crazy.
That's what my body feels like every day. is that dramatic shit. That rings so true to what you just said. Like, it'd probably make me sick, but I already feel that way every single day. Like, my morning is like I'm cold, shivering, feel like shit, and then slowly through a little period of the morning, like mid-morning to afternoon, noonish, I start to fill into feeling better and like warm and cozy, like the sun's out. God damn, it's a metaphor for life right there.
And you're just really synced up with the sun.
Maybe.
Got some
sun,
ancient,
I feel like hates
ancient
me,
energy. Speaking of,
burns me.
The cool stuff, like I'm really excited to get some free time next weekend and go and check out like some ancient Aztec ruins.
Please,
Is
take
that,
photos.
dude? Oh yeah, I'm gonna take pictures. Like I can't wait. That's the coolest shit to me. So I'm super hyped to go check that out.
I wish I could be there to take some photos.
Learn some Mayan.
Yeah, I want to go. Like, so I found this website a while back. I got into like metal detecting and treasure hunting, and so I found this website. I'll try to remember what it is, but basically you can look at like the modern day Google satellite, maps version of a place, and then it has a slider, and you can slide it back in time, and it's like a sometimes over hundreds up to like 300-400 years of like all the maps from that area like overlaid perfectly. So with this slider you can scroll back in time and see like how rivers have changed and how like giant landmarks have moved and shifted, and where towns have been and where towns have like existed and then been totally wiped out and stuff. It's pretty intense.
That's
it's a cool,
crazy.
Yeah, so I would get on there and I would find like places where there used to be buildings and where it's now just forest, and then I'd try to go to those places and see what I could find. And
that's my type of shit right there.
Yeah, that's the dopest thing I've ever heard.
That would be
that's
an incredible
Google?
show. But
Yeah.
like if you filmed yourself doing that, like that's a discovery show.
Fucking yeah,
Really?
straight up.
And I would watch it every.
That's
every
Travel
week.
Channel, Discovery, History would do
Yeah.
that shit. They're out
Yeah.
fucking panning for gold from the old fucking Revolutionary
from the
War and
yeah,
shit
exactly.
right now. That's like their
Well-
biggest shit in Oak Island.
So yeah, out in Arlington, like up in Washington, there's in that area, just in the Cascade Mountains, I found a website about like all the mines, and there's like tens, maybe 20, or not 20, but like 20, I'd say over 60 mines between like silver mines. I don't know, there weren't many gold mines, but just all kinds of mines, and they're on this map, and you can see what people found there, if they're like open for prospecting. You can see abandoned mines, and so I would like cross-reference the abandoned mines with the maps of where things used to be but where there's just trees now, and then try to find old mining sites. And went out like exploring with a buddy of mine. We were following this game trail through the woods trying to find this spot, and like got a metal detector and got GoPros and stuff, and I found like an unopened Mountain Dew can, and the can was from like the early 80s. Like,
Nuts.
it had been a long time since someone left that there, you know what I mean?
That's crazy. Yeah, someone on lunch break 100 years ago.
Yeah, we found
50
like
years ago.
we found a tree that had like freshly torn off bark from like clearly a bear or like something with big claws, something tall with big claws had been sharpening their claws on this tree. It was like still like wet from the like underneath the bark. It had to be like a couple hours, if that. And so it was an adventure, dude. We found this waterfall and like tied a rope to a tree and rappelled down, and it was an entire adventure. Then we finally just made our way back down to the river and hiked up the river until we got back to where we started, since we knew like it's up there somewhere. The river only goes one way.
Okay, so this is the plan. When you get back, us three are going to use this map thing that you're talking about. We're going to find some shit. We're going to get a metal detector. We're going to film the entire thing, and we're going to sell this motherfucker over to Discovery or Travel Channel. We'll let them bid on it. This is a great idea for a show. And just to make some fucking revenue. It would be good revenue. Like, it'd be easy sell. That's an easy sell. This is a great idea
Even
for
more
a show.
so, I think it would just be. I think that type of shit's really just fun to do. Like that's
Yeah.
kind of what
Yeah.
I wish our Hawaii trip was kind of us
Yes.
venturing into those places like that.
Me and you would have done it.
Yeah,
Me and you would have
there's
done
people
it.
Who definitely would.
There's definitely people with us that are definitely not. Like, we got to the end of the cave, and me and you were like,
All right,
yeah, let's do it. And everyone else is like, nah, we ain't going through there. And we're like, all right, we'll turn back. Like, fuck. The adventure got crapped on. We would have been at the top of every fucking peak and mountain through that shit, like hacking away with machetes and been.
That's
Let's
my
go
type
get
of
some
shit.
machetes.
Especially like
Take
if
the
you
weed.
find if you find something like as
Right.
dangerous as it is to find a mine or some mining site
Oh, yeah.
that hasn't been catered to in the last couple decades.
Yeah.
Dangerous as fuck. But that's probably why it seems like so much fun to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thrill.
It's the thrill.
It's life
Yeah.
and death shit. That's like, we used to go. Well, we went into these mines up in Montana. I did. It was beautiful. They're beautiful. Old abandoned mines and shit. I love that. Or finding like an old cave or something, going to that bitch. Montana's got a fuck ton of caves. They got a lot of bats too. Coronavirus. You know they're saying it's not bats. Well, it is bats, a bat coronavirus, but it's not from a bat stew. So how did
I
they
don't know.
ingest it? That's what I want to know. Was it
fucking clue.
barbecue? Did they use A1 sauce? These are the important questions. These are the hard-hitting questions.
Exactly.
Did they use honey mustard? Did they let it soak for 2 days in a marinade?
Nice teriyaki.
Yeah.
They did a nice homemade teriyaki or something.
Did they sizzle it fast or did they slow roast that bitch? I need to know.
I hope it was worth it, you know?
It probably was if they took the time with it. You know, tenderized it a little bit, gave it some loving, and then it was like, I'm going to eat you in literally 24 hours after I saute your ass. Let you soak in all these juices and then cook them juices deep inside.
It doesn't make more sense. Oh, go ahead.
I just watched on the way here. I watched a video of some guy like saving his dogs from a bear, and ended up having to like physically wrestle this bear on his front porch
Ooh.
to save his dogs. And videos like viral now, and everyone's calling him a hero. But like, yeah, real life, this bear like kind of whipped his ass. To be honest,
It's barrel.
I think it was like, oh yeah, this little animal I'm gonna eat. This looks delicious. And then all of a sudden, some guy comes out and shocks him. He's like, "What the fuck?" He gives him a couple slaps and like gets off the porch. It's like, whatever, fuck these dogs then or whatever. I don't know what that thing was.
He's like,
Damn.
that shit stank, and
Yeah.
I could have ate it,
Some old
but it
man,
confused me.
That definitely probably doesn't smell as delicious as like a puppy.
Oh,
Yeah,
I could
for
see it
real.
from a bear's point of view. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we probably had cologne on and shit. It probably smells like asshole to a bear. They're like, what the fuck is that shit? It's strong as fuck.
But, yeah. Kudos to that guy for not dying though. Like, that's
Facts.
Actually coming into physical contact with a bear in an aggressive state and not dying. I guess he gets some kudos for that.
I watched
For
a guy.
real.
Oh yeah, I straight up. I seen a guy punch a kangaroo to get his dog. The kangaroo had his dog in a headlock.
So that would.
It was crazy. He just walks up,
Yeah.
socks
Dude,
him.
I feel like
that you saw something huge, like the evidence of something huge that had just been where you were hours before by the wet, claw marks in the tree. Like,
Well, dude, it just
whatever
made it
that
feel
was,
like
I bet you probably did not want to wrestle with it.
no, not at all. But it did make it feel like a real adventure. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, seeing the wild animal tracks, seeing the, like rappelling down a waterfall we found, and just knowing like, okay, this waterfall will lead us to the river, and we know once we hit the river, we just travel back up it, and eventually we'll get back to where we came from. And it was just like not necessarily having a map or a plan, but like following the nature and just like letting it ride. Like it was fucking cool.
That's
but-
my favorite.
Yeah, sounds like a bad way to lose a coworker because I'm not dying. Where? I'm like, boss, we're short an electrician, but we still got a journeyman. I'm good.
One guy got eaten by a
One
bear.
guy got eaten by a bear. The
Yeah.
other guy got away while the other guy was getting eaten. So.
He was quick.
Yeah,
So it was quick.
yeah.
Must be
Fast
meant.
runner.
Oh man.
Man, you guys. Okay, so when I flew into Palm Springs, I had to do a lot of driving around. So it ended up being about a 12-hour day of traveling. And, I mean, don't ask me how, but, like somehow sitting on your ass on a plane and then like sitting on your ass in an Uber and sitting on your ass in a truck driving, like, I don't know how, but you get so tired. It's like so exhausting, Traveling, yeah, it's super exhausting. But finally get where I'm going, and it's been like 12 hours, and I just want to take a shower and change my clothes and just like reset and relax for the rest of the night before I got to drive across a bunch of states the next day. And I go to unlock my suitcase, or I go to unzip my suitcase, and it is locked shut. Like TSA had locked my suitcase shut. Now, my suitcase has like combination locks on it, like where you spin, you spin the 3-digit combo, and you can like press a button, and it like, the way this one works is like the zippers lock inside of this thing. So if it's locked, there's no way to unzip the luggage. Well, I don't know the code. I've never used the code. I did not give it to TSA locked. So like the fact that they locked it when they were done, I'm finally back and ready to relax and stuff. And it's like, oh my God, I have to go somewhere to get shit to like break into my own luggage just so I can take a shower, so I can like put fresh clothes on, so I can go to bed at this point. And like, dude, it was a rough day. It was a rough day. And I was so pissed because like I've flown, many, many times, and I've used that suitcase many, many times, and it's never ever happened to me. And then of course this one time, it was one of those things that like, it was the straw that broke the camel's back for the day. And I called my boss and I was like, dude, I know I have some stuff I'm supposed to do, but I'm doing it tomorrow because I'm just fucking over it today. He's like, all right, no, it's fine. All right, just, as long as you guys get where you need to go by Wednesday, you're good. I was like, thank you, because I'm pissed. Good night.
I hate that. It would be like right at like in something that you wouldn't even find out until you're really cashing in on
exactly
that relaxation, and you're really trying to get in that mode. And you're like, I don't have to deal with anything else. I get to just and reset and just do me for a hot second. And immediately it's killed because now you got to call somebody to figure out what the hell am I supposed to do to get inside of my bag.
Dude,
that would piss me off.
It was frustrating. And I was like calling TSA and like trying to get someone on the phone like, hey, what the hell? Because like at this point, it's pretty expensive luggage, and because I use it all the time. So, I went all out on it. And now it's like, God damn it, I'm forced to break into my own shit. I'm forced to ruin my luggage now. So like I was calling him. I mean, I was hot, I was like calling hot, like just trying to talk to someone so I could just bitch at him and be like, hey, motherfucker, pay me back for this shit because I didn't give it to you locked. So why would you lock it? And I ended up going on an endless cycle of, just being on hold and being through the automated, dial menus and stuff, going in these stupid circles and please listen as our menu options have changed. And it's like, no, motherfucker, they haven't. It's 1 for English, it's 2 for Spanish, it's 0 to speak to a representative. Like,
yeah, it never changes, and they play it for you 5 times. In the process where you're waiting, it says that, and then it plays some music, and then it stops and says, we're sorry for the time that it's taking, and then it gives you the information again. Some of the menu options may have changed. You're like, they haven't changed in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, please listen to this entire message as our menu options may have changed. Like, bullshit. They haven't changed in years. They've never changed.
Once.
Not once.
I've noticed they're getting smarter too. Like, you can't just push the button. Like, you have to wait all the way until it's time. Like, it sucks. I used to be able to defeat like all of those and talk to who I wanted to talk to. I'm losing my edge or something.
No, they've just made it harder. So like, then I feel like they can tell by the tone of voice in like the talking background, like they're recording the background part, and they go, "Oh, well, this person sounds pissed. We're just gonna fucking drag them on. We're just gonna run them through." Because I've noticed when I call calmly, I get to a person faster. When I call fucking heated, and I mean I'm in the background like I'm gonna fucking find you. I'm gonna hunt you down and gut you like a fish. I'm cussing at their mothers and shit, like everything. And I end up having 4 hours of wait time on the fucking phone. I'm getting sent, "Oh, well, this is the wrong person. We're going to have to direct you to this person." And that person's like, "I have no idea why you were sent to me. We have nothing to do with that. We're going to have to send you over to this place, or you're going to have to call this number." And I'm like, if someone sends me somewhere again, I'm finding all of you. Sound
Yeah,
good?
it's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. And it's like, I feel like it always sucks because the only time I ever call those numbers is when something has gone wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, then that always puts you in a frame of mind, like a negative frame of mind whenever you're interacting with them, you know?
Yeah, you're already disturbed. Like you're already.
It's got to be, it's got to be brutal to like actually work at one of those places and have to talk to like super pissed off people all day that are mad about something that you have no control over, basically.
Yeah, I worked at AT&T and Verizon, like in customer service. So like, I'm definitely.
Yeah.
Like you're not calling in. If we don't get very great phone calls, most of the time. Most of the time, if you're calling in, you're already pissed about something, or something's not right. So.
Yeah.
Just start calling in those numbers, and like when you finally get through, just be like, "Hey man, just what's up, dude?" "No man, nothing's wrong. I'm just chilling. What's up? What are you doing? What are you having for lunch today?" Yeah, just like
wanted to
bullshit
call and
with
see
them.
if you were having a good day. That's all.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
would be hilarious to film. That would be something fucking hilarious to film. Oh, man.
Just super nice prank calls.
Yeah, when you work at, like, Wendy's or any fast food place, usually you're not getting calls like, "Where's the location at?" Or, "How's your day?" It's usually like, "You guys fucked up my food. I want some free goddamn food. If I come back, I'm killing everybody." Like, all right, I respect it. I'd say the same shit. I don't expect people to follow through with it, but if they do, they're gonna die, which is gonna suck for them. So, because I'm always watching.
Who's dying? The people at Wendy's?
People that follow through on threats. I respect people that do it because I've been known to do it from time to time. I think it's past the time, but yeah, like I used to be the guy that'd take like a samurai sword into the DMV when they would dick me around.
Nice, like a supervillain. Sounds like some supervillain behavior.
Yeah, I used to just be crazy, like not thinking, like actions before thought. That's how. No logic. Logic is. It's a new substance to me. Being logical.
That'll get you.
Darn it.
Dude, I don't know why, but that reminds me of what was it? The Incredibles, when that kid, he's like, when everybody's super, or like if everybody's super, no one is. He was like, because he was like the evil genius, but his whole plot was to turn everyone into a superhero, and that way nobody is a superhero. And so I'm thinking, like, what if we just made every single person a DMV employee, and then no one would have to go to the DMV, like, you know what I mean? Then it would just stop existing.
Yeah, just everyone in charge of their own licensing.
That would be fucking sick. I'm not saying I know how to print IDs, but I might know how to print IDs.
Everyone would just have their own personal DMV office in their house. You just walk over there, do all your shit.
Yeah, and you just register it online with the state.
Mm-hmm,
and take
it's
a video of the whole process. Everybody's got a fucking YouTube channel now.
It's just stays down in your living room, and it has cameras coming off of it on all directions and microphones, and monitors your family, and, just normal.
Like everything else we buy.
Yeah.
Facts. You just have to get an Alexa. and stick it right there. It'll do all of it for you, right? Don't they have cameras on them now?
Yep.
See,
I'm sure they do. I know that Facebook has some bullshit about like, here's this camera, it's just a webcam basically. Like, I don't know what's so
for
special,
Facebook
but
Messenger.
yeah. And I guess it tracks you around a room so that you can walk around a room and talk, and it'll just like still turn and look at you and stuff.
that sounds absolutely terrifying. And fuck you, Facebook. You could go straight to hell. Yet I will post this on you for people to see, because you are the devil and you own the world.
Yeah,
As
I'm
it
not
says.
a big Facebook guy myself.
Yeah, no,
try to-
I like made you an admin on this podcast thing on the Facebook, and you didn't even know.
That's funny.
how
I think you told me
much
that before, and then I
Facebook
still forgot to go on and do anything about that.
Yeah, it's fine. It really doesn't even matter much. I just post these on there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just so we have the ability for people to go and watch it if they so and choose. I don't know why they wouldn't. We have some pretty deep conversations, I must say. We talk about shit that's real shit that is in real people's lives. The real life shit.
Like the DMV.
Facts. And how terrible it can be. But we have already figured out, through you, a way to fix this plague, this scourge upon humanity, with 3 letters.
Which
Why?
are?
DM. And vehicle. V. Yeah. I know stuff. Yeah. Is it Department of Motor Vehicles?
I believe so. Department of Moving Vehicles.
It's going to have to be that eventually, because electric's going to take motors out of the vehicle, right? So will we have motor vehicles
they
anymore?
still have motors. If we're talking technically, they have motors that
Electric
they just don't
motors.
have engines.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be Department of Electric Motor Vehicles?
No, because whether it's gas or electric, it's still a motor. There's gas motors, there's electric motors. Boom, mind blown.
Mind blown, dog.
Fun fact of the day.
See, you say that we're not a math podcast, but I feel like we are somewhat of a science podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like we're figuring shit out. We're having hypotheses. We're working through the theories.
There was a really popular trend in the go-kart building community a while ago of taking the how tractors usually have that weird third wheel on the back of them that kind of helps them turn.
Oh yeah.
It's like that one wheel on the back. Well, there's there's a pretty big electric motor that controls that thing, and when those tractors go out of commission, those electric motors are often still good. And so in the go-kart community, people were taking those electric motors and building, electric go-karts out of them. And it would actually, pick up pretty decent speed. I don't remember exactly, but I know at least about 30, 35, 40 miles an hour.
Fucks
Damn.
with that. I fucks with that heavy.
Yeah.
It's all electric.
All electric.
Fuck yeah, so
Man.
you just plug and play.
Yeah, you build the go-kart like you would,
Yeah.
like with a regular, Predator engine or something like that, but...
But I'm saying fuel-wise, you just plug it in
Just plug
and
that shit in.
fucking play when
Get
it's
your battery.
ready to go.
That's pretty
That's-
cool.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
I thought it was one of the most clever shits I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's super smart.
Dude, we got a go-kart when I was I was probably like 12 or 13. And here's the thing, we didn't just get a go-kart like as if we were some fucking rich kids. No, the neighbor right down the street had a go-kart, and he rolled it, and while he rolled it to the left and stuck his arm out to try to stop it and ended up breaking his arm. And so his mom just gave it to us, basically. His mom, I guess, got a hold of my dad and was like, do your kids want a go-kart? Because my son can't have it anymore because he broke his arm. And so, we lucked into this sick go-kart. But ever since he rolled it, something was wrong. And so, this thing, we would spend all day working on it, turning wrenches, just, throwing stupid washers and bolts and, parts at it, just trying to get it to, stay together while it was driving. So we're fixing it as good as 13, 12-year-old kids can. And then we get it to run for like an hour, and then we'd take it off like a jump too hard and break it again, and spend the next whole day breaking,
over again.
Exactly. Way more time working on it than we spent riding it. That's for damn sure.
That's fun though. Probably made riding it though that much more fun.
Oh yeah.
Because of the time you spent working on it.
It was like it was big enough for 2 people to sit in the front, and then it had like kind of a basket area by the engine in the back where some other person could hang on and just throw their weight around and make you drift and stuff around corners.
Oh, that's sick.
It was so fun. But yeah, we went way too hard on it. Took that thing off-roading and tried to jump it and stuff and just crashed it into shit. We used to play this game where they'd have like 3 of us, and we'd get into garbage cans in the yard and then just drive through the garbage cans with the go-kart. Just play like people bowling with the garbage cans in the go-kart. Just smashing into people and launching them and stuff. Nowadays, it's like we were talking about before, like if I did that now, same with like a belly flop, like if I got hit by a go-kart while I was in a trash can, that'd be like, no, I just got hit by a car. Like, ow, I'm going to be so fucking sore tomorrow. I might have broken something. Back then it was like, oh yeah, dude, oh, that was so funny. Hit me again.
Oh, yeah, I definitely would fracture something. Something would fracture. It'd be like, oh, you got 16 fractured ribs, and you only have 8 ribs.
How did you do that?
Somehow you doubled them up and then fractured them all. You're insane.
I'm not a doctor, but that seems strange to me.
Right?
Wait, you're not a doctor?
What are you doing here? I just thought you looked cute. Fuck! Get out, man. How dare you? And thank you. Fucking, oh man. Anybody see the weather news for Washington here?
I did not, but it's funny you say that because you guys got like a real icy looking background behind you. It looks icy blue, and so it's making me think, at least from my angle over here where I'm seeing you, and it was making me wonder, like, is it like snowy or icy out there? Because that's the vibe I'm getting.
It's foggy. It's super foggy.
Extremely foggy. It's visibility is like 0 outside because of the fog. It's
Damn.
nuts. You can't see traffic lights until you're right up on them.
Oh, that kind of fog, huh?
Yeah.
Danger
it's like
fog,
if someone's
yeah.
making a left turn and you're coming down Boeing Freeway and they're taking a turn out of the left thing and they are a white car, you're going to be within inches of them before you realize or they realize that you're there. Yeah. And then you have to hit the brakes and fucking slide around them like a motherfucker because you got some truck skills, but you got a battery and a little screen in the back there and you might fly out, but it didn't. So you're happy.
It sounds very specific.
Very specific.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure many people can relate.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, it's been dangerous drive, especially back and forth from like Marysville to Linwood and shit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's
thicker up here. It's like super thick as soon as you get like up around I feel like we're higher up in elevation. So we're like closer to the clouds. But there is no, we have no like flow of air. It's stagnant air warnings here in Washington. So like if you start a fire or like anything with smoke or like dust particles and shit, it's just gonna kind of stay in the air. It's not.
Did you
it
say
doesn't have anything to pull it up.
A stagnant air warning?
Yep.
I've never heard it. That's a new one.
Yeah, it's a lack of flow of air. So like we don't have any real air currents. There's something with like one negative out another one. Yeah, and
I didn't know that was something to be concerned about.
So we're gonna have fog for like 3 or 4 days, just stagnantly sitting around. That's what they're saying.
Crazy.
That's what they're saying. I don't know if it's still foggy outside.
It's still foggy outside.
Yeah, so it may be that way for a few days.
That's super wild. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. I mean, the weather up here is like I said, it's like super, super cold in the morning, and then it clears up, and it hasn't been anything but blue skies, man. Like home on the range.
Hell yeah.
Where the deer and the antelope graze. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
We're seldom
Yeah, we're the antelope
discouraging word.
race.
Home the
Home on the
Mumble
range.
along with the tune.
Yeah, I forget how it ends,
Here
but
where
it's classic.
the buffalo play.
The seldom is heard a discouraging word.
And
See, you know more of it than I do.
Cloudy all day.
Yeah,
That's
skies
it.
are all
That's
sunny all
it.
day.
See, like I
Okay.
know it when I hear it, but I can't remember the end part. That
Well,
end
it's-
part, I just know
it's
the first
true.
part. That's like
I
most
can-
songs that I know. Like I know these first couple of words.
Pretty
of
sure it
this
was a
thing.
Barney song.
Yeah, I feel like that may be where I learned it.
Yeah. It
Shout
may have
out
been.
Barney, I guess.
You guys remember This Is a Song That Never Ends? You remember that
It just
show?
goes
all
on
the
and
laptop.
on. Something.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm good.
Yeah.
Lamb chop. Oh man, that's a deep cut. I forgot about lamb chop.
That's
Right?
deep cut.
That's in there. You know what I'm saying?
That is in there.
You're talking about 90s nostalgia right there. That's
Straight
it.
up. Like Fraggles Rock. You guys remember that? The
Yeah.
little goblin puppets and shit. They like lived inside of this cave in this rock, Fraggle Rock.
Couldn't be.
Wasn't that I feel like that was a movie, right?
They might have made a movie about it. They had like a Fraggles Rock TV series too on
Was
PBS.
Fraggles Rock different than the Muppets?
Are they still showing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Are they still like, is that still like available in places for kids to watch?
I'm sure it is. Is it?
Or did
Wait,
it not
is he
age
still?
well? I don't remember. Like, I don't even remember.
It should have
like, the
aged well because I
content. feel
just
like it
saw a
should've.
thing today that was like during Black History Month. For coming up for Black History Month, it was like a post about that and how Mr. Rogers, back in the time when he did the episode, he brought what was the dude's name? But he brought the character that played the cop, who was black, into. At the time, blacks and whites couldn't swim in the same pools, and so he had him come into the show and film him washing their feet together in the little pool outside,
That's crazy.
right? And so it was like him standing up for the rights.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
During that time.
I didn't even
Bro,
know.
yeah,
so
me
that was a
either.
post that I saw on Facebook. I wonder.
Mr. Rogers
Shout out
always
Mr.
solid in the
Rogers.
hood either way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yo, is he still alive?
No.
Nah, he just like relatively recently. I, mean, not in, like,
I
the
thought
last
so, but like
couple
I
of
couldn't
years.
tell if like I made that up in my mind because it seems like something that like it we're at the time where it wouldn't surprise me if he was still alive, but also not a surprise that
Yeah, I think he just
his time
passed
has
not
come.
Too long ago.
Did you guys ever hear? I always remember hearing the rumor that he always wore those long sleeves because he was a Marine sniper and like his arms were covered in tattoos and shit. That was a rumor. That was a rumor I always heard as a kid.
I
And
heard
I don't know.
so many different Mr. Rogers weird rumors, or like he's like the Chuck Norris,
Yeah.
make up
From-
all kind of stuff.
One I understand he was an army sniper, and I'd heard he had a bunch of bodies like on his count, but from the like Mr. Rogers movie documentary thing that they did, they discredited a lot of that. But he was in the army for a little while.
I feel like maybe he was in the army, but like he was a cook or something like that. Like he was
Yeah.
technically in the army, and it's just gotten embellished over time.
Super
easy,
embellished.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, army or not, sounds like he was a stand-up guy.
Yeah, dude was solid. Dude was definitely solid.
He had a dope
so
show
solid,
too.
you almost wanted something there to be something. You're like there's gotta be something. Like
Gotta be
nobody's
something.
this damn perfect. You know,
He's
like,
just ripping lines of coke between
he's
every
gotta.
take, I always pictured him and Bob Ross just like ripping joints together, like in their day, back in their prime.
right. Yeah,
That makes me happy to think.
that would make that makes me smile. Just to paint like I wish I could paint. I would paint that picture.
Yeah.
So I keep looking for it, and you know how Facebook works. If I saw it at 6 o'clock this morning, that means it's gone forever.
It's gone. It's gone, dude. It's gone forever. It's just like Instagram. Twitter is like a little bit more down to the minute, like, what's the word? Archived, if you will, But you can always scroll back through Twitter, just see, time going in reverse.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, those other apps, you just once you see something, it's gone. It's gone until someone posts the exact same thing, which is also inevitable.
I should have shared it, and I meant to, but then I got up and set my phone down beside me and completely forgot. It was fucking
Classic.
like Army Sniper, huh? That's what I was gonna post with it, and it upsets me now that I can't find it.
I feel like kids aren't watching
it.
that nowadays, but like that watch that, like I remember watching that show. What I remember.
Oh, yeah.
It was the shit. Like, he went from real life to like this fantasy land, so it showed you these two separations. So like, he brought you into the child's world from the front door of like dressing down from a work day, switching into your like fucking slippers, and then getting ready to go into like being able to be more of a kid and having more of the fantasy land. Like, even as a child, that's how I perceived it. I was like, oh, okay, so this is how my parents live, and this is how I live right now, and then one day I hope that I can have all. And I guess I kind of do.
Dude, I remember like the small, like, because they would do like the zoom in on like the train and like the train tracks, and like I feel like it would like zoom into one of the tunnels as like a transition.
Yep.
But dude, I always wanted to go like hang out on those train tracks and like just run around. So there was a golf course that me and my buddies would sneak onto. We knew this trail that would take you through the woods, and it would spit you out in like this huge 18-hole private golf course that was like out in the woods. And this golf course had a little train track, and it had like a little tram that would roll around like the whole golf course and stuff, and it would go through tunnels just like that, and fake little mountains and stuff. And so 'cause this whole golf course was like, it was like being in Mr. Rogers, like being on the mountainside with all the trees and like the tunnels where the trains go, and you can get in the train and like ride it into the tunnel, come out the other side and stuff. We got like chased by the security guard through there, ran back out in the woods, and like, dude, it was crazy. I just remember like, and this was years ago. I mean, I was a kid back then too, but I remember thinking distinctly like, holy shit, this is just like Mr. Rogers. Like, oh, I'm in Mr. Rogers. This is sick.
Yeah, that's hella dope. I like stuff like that, where you go and like you're like the perfect size for things to like have that grand feel for you, you know.
Mm-hmm. Dude, speaking of grand, have you guys ever either of you guys been to the Grand Canyon?
No.
Have not.
Oh man, that's one of those places that like, I've only been there once, but it's like it's one of those few places that no matter what picture you look at, no picture, no video can like do it justice. Like the scope and like the sense of it when you're there, the sense of like how gigantic it is just like insane.
Yeah, I definitely want to go see it. My brother just went not too long ago, who came with us to Hawaii, but I felt the same way about a lot of the places in Hawaii.
Yeah, I bet.
And I brought a nice camera to Hawaii, and I was literally taking pictures and deleting them because I was like, these are shit. This is not what I'm looking at.
I'm a fucking beast, and I figured it out. I went straight to a Mr. Rogers Neighborhood fan page, and I found the motherfucker. I ain't even lying. I found that bitch right here. Check this out.
What'd you find?
So,
what are we looking at?
Yeah, the picture of Mr. Rogers and the cop washing their feet in the pool back when.
Yeah, so it says in 1969, when black Americans were still prevented from swimming alongside whites, Mr. Rogers decided to invite Officer Clemens to join him and cool his feet in the pool, breaking a well-known color barrier. Back in 69.
That's sick.
That's gnarly.
Crazy.
Mr. Rogers was a G.
Yeah, bro. Ahead of his time, for sure.
Yeah, way ahead of his time.
Which is, like, just so fucked up in general that that's even possible, you know? Like, that shit like that was, like, barely that long ago at all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in the grand scheme of things, you know?
69. I was like, goddamn, 69? That's 2 generations ago, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I know my parents were born in, like, the mid-'60s.
Yeah. See, that's insane.
Yeah, dude. Fucking crazy. Crazy how fast the world can change.
Right? And it's changing even faster with this technological revolution. Invest in crypto. Don't say I said so.
Buy NFTs.
Yeah, buy my NFTs. We're going to come out with some NFTs in this bitch. They're going to be we're gonna do a photo set of NFTs, and then we're gonna do a 3D rendered animation set of NFTs, and then we're gonna do podcast episode NFTs.
Dude, I do feel like it would be kind of sick to have a virtual, like one of those virtual markets, like virtual storefronts in like a VR world where people can buy real stuff, you know?
We need to get some real estate in the metaverse, right?
It would
we
be
need some
kinda sick.
metaverse real estate. We need to start a comedy club because I hear a lot of comics talking about doing it. We need to steal that from out from underneath of them and then let them use our space and for free. And then
For free?
other
How we
people
gonna
pay
make
to
any
come
money?
and see them? It would be beautiful in the metaverse. And then we also get the first strip clubs in the metaverse and the first virtual whorehouses in the metaverse.
I don't know. That might be against Facebook's guidelines and policies.
Yeah.
Also,
Might
I
have to
think they
tone-
already had
might have to
like,
tone it back.
some incident with someone like virtually groping some chick. And, like,
Yeah,
it
probably
was,
they were-
a big deal, and they wrote articles about it and shit. I was like, are we fucking serious?
They
right
were
now?
probably in
Are we
line at the
fucking-
virtual
you got digitally
Walmart.
groped and you're like,
My avatar's pussy got touched. It was a Donald Trump character.
Dude, they're probably in line at the digital Walmart. I keep seeing like videos and stuff of people shopping in VR and stuff at these VR stores.
What are you shopping for, my guy? Tokens?
Yeah, lettuce. You know, getting some cheese. Gonna make some VR fajitas later.
I hope they taste good.
And some
How do you
VR
think they
sour
taste?
cream.
Pixely.
Well,
Bit bitty.
my character
Pixely?
loves them.
take pixely.
A bit squarish.
Oh man, making me hungry.
Oh yeah, food. Sounds good.
Getting
We're
the-
at just about the
the
hour
tummy
mark.
tingles.
As of now, we got a minute left.
A minute left,
1 minute
huh?
left.
Well, what do you say next week? So I was thinking we got the az² podcast. I was trying to think of something to do with like a letter of the day or letter of the week or something, and trying to like riff off of a letter. Like
I like it.
we gotta work it out, but I want to try something next week. So come on back here if you're listening to this. If you made it this far, be sure to tune in next time and hear whatever the hell that becomes.
Yeah.
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 It'll be magnificent and significant.
And
For
you
the
know what?
people we love.
I can hook
And none
up
of you
my
got the email right, so
yeah.
Yeah, nobody got the email right.
Yeah. Did you end
I
up putting
didn't
it like
change it.
did you put it in the description or whatever?
I didn't. I wanted to see people struggle. I was hoping at least one would seep through. None seeped
Well,
through.
Well,
None
throw
seeped through. I'll
throw
put
it out
in
there
this
again
week.
there. Plug it again here so that someone can at least try again.
So it's az dot squared spelled out equals spelled out dot pod at gmail.com.
Okay.
I'm already.
Yep.
Look,
Again, if
I'm
you
already
got
lost
that,
So it's 2 letters, and then it's like some other number of letters after a dot, like a period dot. Like as if you were stopping something at that point, which I probably should have, just az.pod at gmail or something.
see now you're mixing you're mixing up you're muddying the waters now in people's memory. Now no one's gonna remember it.
Yeah, I know. That's because I
just-
don't want them to learn
It's a
it. 'cause I'm
test,
gonna
yeah.
change it.
See, maybe there's I mean, hey, if anyone gets through, we'll
They
I
won't.
don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but if they do,
very little confidence that anyone.
But I'm going to change it. I'm changing it today. So this is what it will be today if Gmail allows it. It will
Okay.
be az.pod at gmail.com.
now when you say .pod, is it a a period, or is it AZDOTPOD?
No,
That's my question.
DOT. We're not
Okay, so
Department of
AZ
Transportation.
period.
It's
AZ.
the literal dot.
just straight
Fuck. See,
across.
now I'm muddying the waters, and I already forgot it. Goddamn weed.
Everything
AZ pod.
you said, just no dot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a train wreck. Thanks for listening. Yeah, we love you guys.
Yeah, I'll put a after clip with the actual podcast email at the end of this. So stay watching for that. And
All right.
peace out, everybody.
Yeah, we'll be back. Stay tuned. Later.
Bye.